my name's Robbie from Girl Bike Glove. Welcome to our first indoor cycling session. Today we're going to be doing a 15-minute beginner's ride. So make sure your bike's set up, jump on and get ready to go. So we're going to start nice and easy. Get yourself clipped in or strapped in and start pedaling as we're going to be warming up first. So before we get into the actual hard work, there's a few things we need to talk about, just so you know exactly what you're doing. There will be a small box down here telling you at any time what RPM you should be at and roughly the intensity you should be working at. So when we speak about intensity, I use a scale between 1 and 10. 10 would be the best effort you could give for 30 seconds, and 1 is really nice and relaxing, like we're doing now, with very little resistance in the bike. So as we warm up, we're going to slowly start putting some more resistance in and bringing that speed up. So my resistance lever is just down here. Yours might be on a small dial. Start dialing it in and going from effort 1 to effort 2. Now keep the RPM where it is. Around 60, 70 is a really good place to be. Just let those legs sink in and start feeling the energy. I've always found before a spin session, there's always a few little nerves. You never know what's coming up and it can be a little bit intimidating, but don't be intimidated. You're going to have fun today and it's going to be 15 minutes, which isn't too long in the grand scheme of things when it comes to spin sessions. So for your first beginner spin session, it's really good to keep it nice and easy and just stay in control. So today, we're going to be running through sitting, standing, using RPM to bring the intensity up, and also we're going to be using the resistance and giving some nice 30-second intervals too. So we're about a minute or two away from finishing our warm-up. Hope those legs are feeling good. Add a little bit more resistance and go into the standing position with your hands on the front and add a little bit more resistance to give you some more stability. If you feel like it's a little bit wavy, you're all over the place, then add a little bit more resistance. Standing is about structure. It's not about being wavy and all over the place. Sit down again, a little bit more resistance. Intensity, roughly around 4 out of 10 now. We're only going to be building it up to 5. Legs should be feeling good. The maximum intensity we're going to be using today is 8, so we're not going flat out. Nothing to worry about there. So here we go. And finally, just bring it up to 5 out of 10. By now you should feel your heart rate up. Everything is going to be feeling pretty nice and loose. And we're ready to start getting into doing some more productive and creative work. Heart rate should be higher and your breathing, like mine, has probably got a little bit deeper. So we are 3 minutes 20 in. At 3:30, I want you to add resistance, take it up to around 6 out of 10 intensity and go into a standing climb. Like so. We're going to hold this for 30 seconds. Then, at 4 minutes, we're going to sit back down. 30 seconds at a slightly lighter intensity. Sitting. Then, we go back to standing again. We're doing this for 3 minutes altogether. I want you to start feeling that stand. 3, 2, 1, down. And back down we go. So we're just moving around the bike, keeping it nice and simple, just warming into everything and getting used to different positions. If anyone ever talks about positions in spinning, simply have sitting, standing, and some instructors use aero. I like to. So again, resistance infrastructure, 6 out of 10 intensity, and back up and hands in the front position. There we go. So by now you're probably starting to feel a little bit more structure in those stands. Your heart rate might get a little bit quicker when you stand. That's a mix of finding that technique and also because the intensity's gone up. 3, 2, 1, sit down, bring the resistance up. About 4 or 5 out of 10 is good. And another 30 seconds down here. One more stand to go, okay? Hope everyone's feeling good, you're having fun. I know I am. So keep those legs turning. We're keeping the RPM fairly low. 60, 70 still. Really helps with transitions. Bit more resistance in, and up again. Like so. Focus on controlling your breathing. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. And just find that nice rhythm. When you're standing, you're typically a lower RPM. Sitting about 70, standing about 60. And back down we go. Resistance up. Now for the next section. And this is a fun one. So I want to start bringing some higher intensity in. So we're going to do 30 seconds, intensity level 4, RPM 70 or 80. Then we're going to put the resistance up, stay seated, hold that RPM, and take it to 8 out of 10. Here we go, put the resistance in, start digging into those pedals, 30 seconds, hold your RPM. Typically your RPM will be on the screen at the front. If you haven't got an RPM meter, remember, 80 revolutions per minute. Look how my legs are turning, look how my knees are coming up. 5 seconds, whew. It's fresh on the legs, isn't it? And resistance, relax it, back to 4 out of 10. Keep that RPM at 80. That's the first of 3 intervals that you're going to be doing. Nice. Hope everyone's doing good. 10 more seconds. 30 seconds is not much recovery. And here we go. Resistance in again. Intensity 8 out of 10. So I'd put 8 out of 10, roughly a place that I could hold for around 2 to 3 minutes. So it's heavy on the legs, but the hard bit is to not let that RPM sink. So easy to let the legs slow down, but you don't want that to happen. You want it to stay at 70 to 80. 3, 2, 1, and resistance back up. Let those legs ease off. It's really important to keep those legs spinning in the recovery because it helps flow that blood and get nutrients to the muscles to make sure you're ready for that next piece of intense work. Okay, right, nearly there, last one. You got this, guys, yeah? 3, 2, 1. Intensity in again. Hold the RPM high. Keep digging. Woo! Keep going. Nearly there. If you want to push yourself a bit further on this one, you can. 10 seconds. Nice. You got this. 3, 2, 1. Ease off. Okay, here we are. Now for the next bit of fun. What I want you to do is split the intensity around 5 or 6. We're going to take that RPM all the way down to around 60, 70, and we're just going to get used to how this feels in the flow, okay? Now, we're going to do something I really enjoy. It's called playing with the cadence. So the cadence is your RPM. So what we're going to do over the next 2 minutes, we're going to leave the resistance where it is and just use the RPM to make and control the intensity. So we're roughly around 5 out of 10 at the minute. If you need to make any adjustments, do it now. And we're still at 60, 70. What we're going to do is just build up that resistance every 20 seconds. So remember, do your best not to touch that resistance. Okay. So 3, 2, 1, don't touch your resistance. Let's get up to 80. Now you'll instantly feel the hard work coming in there. So to generate power is torque that we need alongside the resistance. So got the resistance there, we're just upping the torque. And now to 100. See my legs go much quicker now? Intensity is much stronger there. Nice. How's that feeling? Good? Right. Now slow it down. Back to 60. You'll instantly feel that pressure come off. And let's get ready to go again. Okay. Nearly there. 50 more seconds. 3, 2, 1. Build it up to 80 again. There you go. And doesn't that feel fresh in the legs? Of course it does. Feels amazing. So why we're here, yeah? You got this. Right now, bring it up to 100. There we go. Feel that tightness in the legs, heart rate's coming up, but dig in, enjoy it. That's what it's about. We're here to have fun. Here to get stronger, fitter, faster, hit those goals. And now, you're going to want to ease back to 60. Take a little bit of resistance out. Bring your RPM up to around 90, 100, but with really light legs. So now we're coming into the recovery. This is a really nice section, and although it might seem like a short session today, it really is just getting you used to what it feels like to be in different positions, sitting, standing, and to be on the bike. A lot of people go into their first session, do an hour, they can barely walk after it, and it puts them off spinning for good. Honestly, build in 15-minute sessions, half an hour sessions, and then go into, I personally would say 45 minutes, then hour sessions. So I've been a spin instructor around 5-6 years now. I love it. I think it's an amazing way to stay in shape. Whether you're at the spin studio or you're at home, there's always going to be a class ready for you. There's always fun to be had. So now drop the RPM slightly, 80 to 90. So what we're doing now is just cooling down and just easing in. It's so important to remember with any session that you need to go into it just thinking, I'm going to do my best. A lot of people that used to come to my classes for the first time would struggle with standing, but it takes time. For someone who does a lot of cycling like me and's taught a long time, it's second nature. But if you don't do much cycling, it can feel uneasy. So never feel like you're not doing enough, just do what you can. RPM, 70 to 80. So you can feel that intensity going out. Should feel around 3 or 4 out of 10 now. We're going all the way down to 2 in the last minute. Then we jump off the bike, and that is the session done. Hope you guys have enjoyed it. So if you need any advice about indoor cycling, make sure to head to the Girl Bike Love YouTube channel. We've got a huge amount of videos which are going to really help you on anything from changing pedals to knowing how to fit yourself onto a bike. We are really experienced, experts, and we can tell you everything you need to do. RPM 60 to 70. Easing the legs off, 20 more seconds. And we're nearly there. Just want to say well done to you if you've made it to the end of this video. Hope you've enjoyed the session. I'm going to be releasing loads more like this, so you've got to subscribe to the channel. You're going to have a lot of fun. So 3, 2, 1, relax. And that is your first indoor cycling session done. Well done, see you next time.